Good evening, humans. Tyrannosaurusmoth here, and tonight we're taking a look at the Mirage TMNT Triceraton Gladiator figure from NECA Toys. Let's do this. Aesthetically speaking, this figure looks absolutely fantastic, just like it leaped off the comic page. Again, NECA's absolutely been killing it here. Great line work. The shade of orange is pretty much spot on. Not only that, but we do get a really nice dark wash, which brings out the texture that they did for the skin, and kind of gives it that gritty look, kind of like the Mirage comics had. So it just really captures the feel and the ambiance of that entire thing, which is fantastic. The face sculpt is just awesome. As you can see, just exactly what it should be. Really nice off-white for the horns, the line work there, just perfectly done. Again, really nice red for the eyes that really stands out, really menacing looking as well, especially with the black around it, just kind of bring that out. We get the mouth fully painted as well. So good stuff all around. Then, we got the white spots, so we get the trunks going on here, which is clean line work, and kind of a nice contrast to the rest of the figure, which looks all gritty and kind of worn, and then the trunks are just kind of there. So that is what it is. But yeah, really cool stuff going on. And again, great sculpt of the feet. Just awesome stuff. Not only that, but all the joints also have the texture on the discs as well, which kind of keeps that going. So just a kind of nice addition, kind of just everywhere, and as it should be. So really cool touch, and just a really awesome looking figure. We get an absolutely killer loadout of accessories here, so let's jump right in, starting with hands. And right out of the box, we do get a pair of fists. Then we get a pair of relaxed hands. And then we get a pair of grips with a horizontal hinge, and then a pair of grips with a vertical hinge. I love that they included both. I really would love to see more companies do this. Again, I would prefer just vertical hinges all the way, but if they do both, that's even better. So love it. Then we get into the weaponry. We do get a couple of these like machete style swords with the kind of knuckle duster spikes here at the end. You can see this one has a peg on the end of it. This one has a port, and that is exactly for what you think it's for. Pardon me, I drop it everywhere. So these do connect, and I don't know which way they're supposed to connect, but you can connect them either way. It's just a square peg. So really cool addition. Thought that was a really cool idea. Then we get this like triple nunchuck sort of deal. We get some real chain on there as well. Really cool stuff. Speaking of real chain, we do get this other weapon that's kind of a sickle scythe sort of deal with this big diamond weight on the end, and then another real chain. So really cool sort of addition, kind of very brutal looking. And speaking of which, finally, we do get a sort of pole arm of sorts. So you can see has a pointy end for the stabbing, and then more of a bludgeony end, which is also triangular for the beating. So yeah, that will do it for accessories. Articulation, balance are super nice. As you can see, freestanding kicks, no problems with those big wide feet. Just in the proportions of the figure, fantastic. There is one issue with mine we'll get into in a second, but for the head, we are on a barbell joint, so we can look up that far and bury the chin. We can tilt side to side, we can rotate. We get hinge and swivel at the shoulders, bring us up into a T. We do get bicep swivel. Double jointed elbows bring us just to about 90 because of how swole he is. Then we get to the wrists, and this is where my issues are because mine spin super loose on both sides. Makes it really hard to hold the weapons, which is unfortunate. You can see it just kind of sits loose in there, which is a little sad. So I'm gonna have to take some measures to kind of see if I can fix that. Maybe it's just mine. Let me know in the comments if you had that issue as well. But yeah, it's definitely something I need to fix. Then we get hinge and swivel at the wrists, obviously lots of swivel. Then we get ball joint here at the diaphragm, which will give us that much crunch, that much arch back. We get some side to side. We get a swivel at the waist. The trunks here are rubbery, so we can come out, not into full splits, but very close. Front kick can come not quite to 90, but still respectable. We do get thigh swivel in that assembly as well. Do get double jointed knees, bring us there, fantastic range. Then we get some really nice point, some really nice forward, some really good rocker until we run into the sculpt. Then we get a tail where we have a hinge, which is also a swivel. And then we get this really nice heavy wire in there to kind of go wherever we want there. So that will do it for articulation. Getting into size comparisons, here he is with some other anthropomorphic dinosaurs. With some other NECA TMNT. With some domestics. With some imports. With some monsters. Finally, with articulated icons Oni and yours truly in human form as the Valorous Action Force figure. So my final thoughts on the Mirage TMNT Triceraton Gladiator figure from NECA is that this is a really solid figure all around. Some great articulation, some fantastic accessories. It looks amazing. Highly recommend it if you like anthropomorphic dinosaurs, if you're into TMNT and just collecting everything, if you're specifically into the Mirage stuff. The only points of contention I have are the super loose wrists, which is unfortunate, especially because in those accessories we did get horizontal and vertical hinges for 2 separate sets of hands, which is amazing. So again, I'm going to try and work on it, kind of tighten up those joints. There's got to be a way to do it. But beyond that, oh, and then the one other point that I didn't actually point out earlier, because I just didn't really think of where to say it, but the hip piece with the trunks, they're rubbery. I'm definitely worried about those wearing over time. They kind of feel like they can't help but do that. So seems like inevitability, but we'll see. But in any event, highly recommend it for a number of reasons. And this is available from various resources, showing up on shelves in both. Actually, I don't know if it's showing up in Walmart's yet, but it's definitely showing up in some Targets. And it was on Walmart's website at one point during one of the collector cons. So it's in a bunch of places. You can definitely find it. I got like antsy and got mine off eBay, but not for really anything too much above retail. So yeah, I'm happy with it. And yeah, that being said, I hope you found this review informative and somewhat entertaining. And if that's the case, I hope to see you back here because I do multiple reviews a week of action figures related to tokusatsu, dinosaurs, monsters, pro wrestling, and more. So if any of that appeals to you, come on back. Let's talk about some really nice plastic, escape the world for a while. But really, at the end of the day, I just hope you're well. Hope that all of your toy dreams come true. And most importantly, I hope that you and yours stay weird, simians.